days, the 7 days, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, 7 days. Let me show you what it looks like. It is a free local paper that we have here in the state of Vermont, and I thought it would be interesting to flip through, casually talk through some of what I'm seeing. Maybe read a few excerpts here and there, but it's not fully going to be a just like sit and read type of video. It's going to be a lot more casual and informal than that. We're just gonna see how it goes, and we're gonna talk about the stuff that sounds interesting, and we're gonna leave it at that, because on the recent poll that I shared with you all, I asked what you want to see more of, and it was a bit of a combination, but a lot of people basically just said anything that involved close cupped whispers, cupped whispers, cupped whispers, and so I can do that in many different ways. So I think that's what I'm going to do for tonight, and I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't already, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that good stuff, You can tap the notification bell if you would like, whatever works for you. I try to make as many videos as possible that are what people want to see. So if there is a video that you have been wanting from me that you're not seeing, A, thank you for sticking with me. B, I am sorry I haven't gotten to it yet. And C, just remind me if you haven't already shared it in a comment. I definitely have a running list, but again, I constantly am asking because I want to make sure that the content is what you are all wanting to see, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm also going to be flipping this facing me, so you're not going to necessarily see all of the content on these pages, but I feel like what is more important is the cupped whispering, the cupped whispering, the cupped whispering. The last page flipping video I did, it was so you could see all of the content on the pages, so I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. Variety is the spice of life, as they say, right? So enough blabbing, my goodness. Let's just get started, okay? Okay, so again, here's the cover of this week's paper. And I will read you the headline because there may be some Noah Kahan fans in the audience here. It says, Stratford songwriter Noah Kahan is Vermont's biggest pop culture export in years. How the hell did that happen? So that's written by Chris Farnsworth. It's on page 26, page 26, page 26. Now, personally, I do like Noah Kahan. I think the song Northern Attitude is probably my favorite of his. I do also enjoy Stick Season, right? It's like his debut single. It's probably the most popular one. And there's a few others that I like too. I wouldn't call myself a super fan by any means, but I do think it's pretty good. I haven't seen him live or anything like that, but I definitely agree that he is a sort of recent Vermont claim to fame. There's not always a ton of like pop culture stuff that comes from the state of Vermont, so it's kind of cool that we now have this like really popular artist that is so passionate about his roots in Vermont. Like most of his songs reference or are in relation to his life in Vermont, which I think is really cool. So anyway, let's see what else we got. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to move the mic back so I have more space here. This isn't the biggest table, as you can see, so we're just going to work with it, if that's okay with you. Okay, so we've got some ads here. asked to see a doctor in Vermont. Okay, that's definitely an exaggeration. Relax, it doesn't take that long. But I get it's a joke. Usually jokes go right over my head, so at least I can acknowledge that that was a joke. Let's see. With 97 heat pumps installed for every 1,000 people, Vermont leads New England according to Efficiency Vermont. We are number 1. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Okay, nothing else is really jumping out to me on this page. So let's keep it going. Okay, so I've seen ads for this already, but I think it's kind of cool. Why do I keep saying that? They're doing cardiograms. So, you know, when you get like a heart checkup, you get an echocardiogram. Well, for Valentine's Day, they're doing cardiograms, like a card, where you can share affection, gratitude, and admiration to a loved one or a friend, a family member, what have you. It says this Valentine's Day, express your love or whatever's in your heart to someone special in the pages of this fine newspaper. I think that's a really cute idea. I think I just really appreciate the name, the pun of it all. Surprise your partner, pal, parent, or pet with a personalized and public Valentine's Day post printed in 7 days on February 14th. I don't know, I just think that's kind of cool. Got a few more ads, lots of ads. There was a winter renaissance fair last weekend. We got more about Noah Kahan. There's an article titled Out of the Sticks, Out of the Sticks, Out of the Sticks. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, there's an ad for Lake Champlain chocolates, which, huge fan. I am a chocolate girl, as you may know already, and I don't know, I love any kind of local Vermont chocolate, and I know obviously you can't grow chocolate here in Vermont, but I mean like a local Vermont chocolatier. So Lake Champlain chocolates, they have really good stuff, and they have, for non-dairy folks, they have a lot of vegan options as well, and it still is like really good. So anyway, highly recommend. There is a mayoral matchup candidate debate happening Wednesday, February 7th at 6 p.m. What day is it? It's the 8th. It was yesterday. Admittedly, I've been holding on to this paper because I was particularly interested in the Noah Kahan segment. So these come out every week. There is a new one out this week. But it's like a Valentine's Day issue, and I didn't really care about that one as much, so I did miss some of these events. There is a winter conference happening February 17th and 18th in Burlington. Let's see what we got going on for that. Addressing food system issues at the source with other farmers, gardeners, students, land stewards, homesteaders, policymakers, activists, and educators. That was a mouthful. Let me just repeat it in case you missed it. With other farmers, gardeners, students, land stewards, homesteaders, policymakers, activists, and educators. was seated at a table, just, waiting as one does. And there was a man sitting at the table next to me, and he was reading the 70s, but it was this week's version, right? So the most up-to-date copy of the paper. And I saw that he flipped to the Lifelines page to look at the obituaries, and he very clearly saw somebody that he knew, and wasn't expecting to see them, right? Because he had a very physical, audible reaction, basically being like, oh my god, and I can't believe it. And I instantly felt very awkward because he was clearly having a moment, and that's something I feel like you want to be alone for, not in a public space, to kind of process what you're dealing with. He was in the thick of it, in that moment, shocked to see whoever had lost their life. And I could hear him trying to collect himself, and he was sniffling. And then my coffee was ready, and I think I'm thankful for that, because I didn't know what to do. In a perfect world, I'm a person that could go up and comfort somebody in that situation, but also feeling awkward just to be in the presence with them, because if it were me, I'd want to go be by myself and cry and be upset and have my moment, and you can't do that if you're just in a coffee shop. So I didn't really know how to handle it, so I kind of just tried to give him his space. But anyway, it was really sad, an older guy, so maybe one of his friends or something, I don't know. But anyway, not to be a downer on this video, it just sparked that memory that happened literally earlier today. Okay, on to happier subjects. We've got Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark is the name of this article, which I love. Love the play on words, the pun there. So again, Stratford songwriter Noah Kahan is Vermont's biggest pop culture export in years. How the hell did that happen? I don't know. This is a long article, so I'm not really going to read through it, but it says that Noah's music speaks to experiencing joy amidst grief, which makes sense. There are pictures here. The first one is Noah Kahan performing at Burlington's waterfront park last July. It's just a picture of him singing into a microphone with a black background. You can't actually see where he's at. Fans cheering Kahan at waterfront park. Okay. Kahan with fans at the University of Vermont Children's Hospital. So very Vermont-centric. We're focused on the stuff he's doing around the state, which I didn't even know that happened. But, wow, he's only 27 years old. That's kind of crazy. I don't know why I thought he was older. And I see a reference here talking about, how he became a TikTok sensation. Wow, this is long. It keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. He said, quote, "I was writing music that I wouldn't listen to," unquote. It's funny. And it continues onto the next page. Can you believe it? There's a group of people at a concert holding up a sign, and it says, "We'll sell my soul to your strawberry wine." That song I don't actually know. Like I said, I'm not a super fan. I know some of it, not all of it. He's not arrogant, but he is confident in his abilities as a songwriter, and that's a great combination. Sorry that every time I film a video these days, the heat kicks on, the heat kicks on, the heat kicks on. Not a lot I can do about it. I turned it down, but it's 20-something degrees out, so it's gonna just keep kicking on to keep the house at a stable temperature. Hopefully it's just kind of white noise. I can see a songwriter who has the courage to be open and vulnerable, creating a great point of connection protection for people, says Marcy Hernandez. That's cool. This article is called Doing Good Turns, and it says Michael Krasnow has spent decades giving kids skis, snowboards, and a taste of independence. It's nice. Vermont Chefs and Bar named 2024 James Beard Award semifinalist. Interesting. So it looks like, let's see. 2 Vermont chefs and 1 bar were recognized in the first round of the prestigious awards. What are they, though? Okay. Micah Tavelli of Paradiso Hi-Fi and Cara Chicasola Topin of Honey Road, both in Burlington, made the semi-finalist list for Best Chef in the Northeast. The cocktail bar at Bar Hills Distillery in Montpelier was named in the nationwide Outstanding Bar category. That's kind of a big deal, right? I don't know, that sounds kind of important. I know we're big on like bars, distilleries, cideries, all of that stuff here. I guess it's a small state, but it's a big drinking state. So I guess maybe not that surprising, but still, I don't know, that's pretty cool. Okay, good to see it. See It If You Can, a new film documents Mad River Glen's 75 years as a skier's paradise. I also feel, unrelated, I feel like I can never commit to a setup for filming. Like, I'm thinking about the way this looks, and I know I should probably invest in like maybe a green screen or a backdrop or something like that, because I'm so frequently like being chaotic and changing it up, and there's usually chaos in the background as well, like very much in my actively livable spaces. So that's just currently on my mind at the moment as I'm going through this, and if you have suggestions, let me know. Like, do you prefer a backdrop where it's like the same sort of setup, same color every time? Do you mind if it's different, or I don't know. Another ad here for the cardiograms, and the graphic here is of a heart like this, which I think is interesting because I know there's a lot of debate these days regarding the millennial heart versus the Gen Z heart, which, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I already forgot how to do it. Oh yeah, it's this. So you can tell I'm a millennial. It's like so awkward for me. This was always the heart. Just your very standard, like this feels very easy, but now it's like this weird thing. It's like 2 hooks. Like, why? Why did we have to reinvent the wheel? What was wrong with the other heart? Let me know. I don't know, but clearly a millennial put this together because that's the heart that they chose, is this heart. Or someone older than a millennial. I feel like this has been the thing for like decades, and now we gotta go and change it. Like, okay, thanks, I guess. Okay, ow. Alright, let's see what we got now. We've got stuff that's playing in the those films, the only one I've seen is Wonka. The only one I've seen is Wonka, Wonka, Wonka. And I actually really liked it. I didn't think I was going to like it at all, but I thought it was fun. I enjoyed the set, the sort of scenery of it all, the way it was filmed. I don't know, I was pleasantly surprised by it, I can't lie. But I haven't seen any of these other ones. I watched a movie last night called Freelance. It's on Hulu, I think, and it's with John Cena, and I had heard nothing about it, but I'm like, oh, it's probably funny because it's John Cena. And honestly, it wasn't that good, at least not in my opinion. Like, it was fine, but I wouldn't watch it again. Okay, we've returned now back to more Noah Kahan content. This is like, it's like scattered throughout, I guess. It says Kahan, Confessions of a Reluctant Busyhead. And it starts off like, look, I didn't want to write about Noah Kahan. I feel like a big chunk of ice just fell off my roof. I think my roommate is up. A lot of suspicious noises happening at this time. It's, what is it? It's 10:30. Very suspicious. Okay. Look, I didn't want to write about Noah Kahan. Hear me out. It's not like he didn't merit coverage. If you've read this week's cover story on page 26 or paid attention to basically any entertainment media in the past year, you know all about the Stratford-born singer-songwriter's ascension. Grammy stuff, Saturday Night Live stuff, shoutouts from Olivia Rodrigo, charity functions. It's all good news about a nice guy making a shitload of people happy. So, where's my problem? Well, first and foremost, I can be on occasion an insufferable a-hole about national coverage of Vermont music. This isn't an apology, just an explanation. I know it's what I am, people. And in Kahan's case, this was a musician so good he got signed right out of high school. No need to drive around the state for a decade playing ski resorts and dives for money, like 99.9% of working Vermont musicians do. Outside the Upper Valley, he just wasn't part of the local scene. That's not a dig, just facts. Sorry, I had to just start reading this because I could just feel the attitude sort of like seething out of the page. And I totally didn't mean to swear. I haven't read this before and it just kind of came out, so I'm sorry about that. My bad. That's my bad. Not that I don't swear in my real life, I just feel like I'm not really supposed to do that on YouTube, so let's just pretend that that didn't happen, okay? Thank you. But this is long and I don't really want to keep reading it, so this is probably the one thing that has any kind of critique. Because, I feel like everybody else is kind of gassing him up, so I don't want to just read the one thing that's like being kind of like rude. Anyway, so moving on. Celebrate 11 Days of Light in Montreal, February 29th to March 10th, 2024. It's called Montreal and Lumiere. It's in French, so I don't speak French. I'm kind of feeling like I'm in a silly, goofy kind of mood right now. I don't know what that's about. I'm kind of tired, but also kind of anxious and wired with a busy week of work. So I don't know, I'm just feeling kind of all over the place. Anywho. We've got the calendar of events. Always love to look through this just to see what's coming up. If there's anything I want to do that weekend, if I have friends or family coming to town, then I love to look through this and pick some stuff out for us that we can go and do. Whether it's like super local or a little bit of a drive, I don't really care. I just love to play tourist when people come to visit, and usually there's a lot of good touristy stuff to do with the sort of like weekly calendar events. again. Oh, I heard about this. It's called curds and curling. Curds and curling. Curds and curling. Players sweep a wheel of cheese across the ice while spectators enjoy cheesy treats and gin drinks. That's cool. I didn't go, but I've heard about it. This like big annual thing. Got some farmers markets, Cajun band, wildlife tracking club. I'm just kind of picking things out here. Annual French Canadian meat pie dinner. I will pass on that. Guided meditation online, RPG night, Woodstock Vermont film series, community yoga class. Interesting. Let's see what else. Monday night games, a naturalist journey, cookbook club, swing dancing, a night at Birdland, the bebop years. Bebop till you chop is what it says. I received a comment not that long ago about being mindful of how long I inhale for, and taking long pauses between my breaths. And I didn't even realize that I do that, but now I'm trying to be more conscious of it. But I don't know, I just breathe a lot, I guess, because I didn't even notice. Again, we've got the Burlington mayoral matchup, another farmers market, farmers night. Then we've got classes here. Brunch class featuring cooking with Stephanie. Effortless romance, easy date night dinner. Ethiopian cooking class, French macaroons 101. Japanese language classes. Aikido, the way of harmony. Facing change, transitions, and transformations, ukulele. Living with loss, gathering for the grieving. The basics of cake decorating. We've got a sweet little kitty named Amber that's up for adoption, 3 years old, spayed female. What the heck? I just pulled up to the game page, okay? And let me know why there is a completed Sudoku puzzle in this copy. How is that possible? It wasn't me, it wasn't my housemate, so I'm assuming somebody picked up this copy, did this little Sudoku puzzle, and put it back on the newspaper, holder, basically. Which is kind of funny, but what if I wanted to do that? I didn't, to be clear, but what if I did? I've never seen that. But if you go to a coffee shop or a community space, grocery store, whatever, usually you'll see a big stack of papers, on a wooden rack, specifically for the 70s, the 70s, the 70s. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 70s. And it's kind of just a free-for-all, they're completely free, so you just grab it. And I guess someone did this puzzle and put it back. So interesting. We've got the classifieds as well. We've got Reiki and Oracle classes, pest control, direct satellite TV, kayak carriers. I don't know, this isn't that interesting actually, so I'm gonna keep going. We've got legal notices. The print is so small, I don't want to read that. We've got jobs, we've got job postings. If anybody's looking for a job in Vermont, this is your go-to resource, okay? We've got education programs manager. We've got licensed clinical social worker, director of strategic initiatives. What else do we have? Grocery assistant, manager, manager on duty, assistant coach of women's lacrosse, residential carpenter. A vast array easier. Tree crew 4-person, summer camp kitchen coordinator, administrative specialist, executive assistant, instructional designer, principal, cleaning crew, executive director. My cat is yelling outside of the door. What is one to do about that? I don't know. Outreach coordinator, case manager, summer art camp instructor, judicial assistant. What else we got? Outreach coordinator, energy navigator, program manager. Oh my gosh, there's so many jobs. Town manager. My goodness gracious. Conservation nursery sales manager, legislative communications specialist, litigation attorney, program manager, member services representative, information systems analyst. My gosh, there's even more. Okay. Grants and contracts administrator, library buildings financial manager. Okay. We've got some comics here, which I don't honestly ever think are funny. No offense to the people who work very hard to write them. This comic says, I thought about going vegan, then I thought, no. Okay. Alright, we've got the horoscopes. They're pretty long, so I'm just gonna pick a few to read in case I call on your side. It is Aquarius season, so let's do Aquarius. Okay. It's the 5th annual Brag Therapy holiday for you Aquarians only. During the celebration, we expect you, indeed we want you, to boast with panache. Tell us all in exquisite detail why you are such a marvelous creation. Explain how you have overcome seemingly insurmountable odds to transform yourself into a masterpiece of intuitive intelligence. Regale us with stories of your winsome qualities, your heroic triumphs, and your hilarious and poignant adventures on the edge of reality. Make sure we understand how educational and healing it can be to bask in your influence. Show us why we should regard you as a role model. Okay, dang. And then what's the one that comes next? February, March. Is it Aries? April, February 18th. Wait, what? No, it's Pisces. It's Pisces. Okay, yeah, Pisces is next. I invite you to resolve old business, draw unrewarding projects to a close, and finish your lessons at the School of Tough Love. You don't have to carry out my next proposal, but if you do, I will be glad. Politely and quietly scream, get out of my life, at anyone who doesn't give you the respect and kindness you deserve. I also recommend that you do a wrap-it-up ritual. Start by making an altar that pleases you with its beauty. Take scraps of paper and write on each one a description of an influence or experience you want to purge from your life. As you rip each scrap into bits, say this: I'm grateful for what I have learned from you, but now I am leaving you behind. I like that. Okay, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm sure it's the personal section. Okay, we're at the personal section. I'll read a handful of these. We'll see how it goes. And again, I have not pre-read these, so I'm going to try to keep it as PG as possible. The first one says, this could be great, right? Calm, peaceful woman hoping to connect with a kind, smart, liberal, dog-loving guy. I work in a medical practice and also have a small business and live in northern New York. I am a widow, but so ready for great second chapters. And this person is 66. Old fiddle makes sweet tunes, independent and creative, looking for someone to hang out with on the weekend. I'm more of a temperate weather person, considering a move in a few years where it's warm in the winter. If we ever get some snow, would love to find a good sledding hill. That's so real. 63 years old. It's like every time we get here it melts so quickly. It's been a really warm winter for us, which is unfortunate for people who enjoy winter. Silly gal seeks joy-based lover. Do you want a woman with all the attributes of a middle-aged mom but none of the kids? Do you like women whose idea of dressing up is putting on a pair of earrings and a scarf? Have you ever taken a class that wasn't required by a judge? Then you are a catch. How are you still single? Okay, interesting. That person is 47. Interested in friendship with smart, accomplished, kind guys, perhaps a walk in the woods or coffee in Burlington. Must be employed and comfortable with conversation. This person is 40. Okay, here goes. I'm a fit, hard worker who likes to be out in the fresh air and sunshine doing most activities. Responsible and loyal. I'm a realist. Life is fun but can be difficult alone. I would love to have a best friend to come home to every night. Thanks for your time. 50 years old. I am a reasonably intelligent, sane, mellow man, an average Joe type who enjoys connecting with others who appreciate sensuality, respect, excitement, and the exploration of what the human soul and body have to offer. Sharing interests, be they in the garden or in the bed, is always an adventure of new things to smell, plant, explore, and taste. Middle age. Oh wait, how old were they? They were 61. Okay. Middle-aged, hardworking native Vermonter looking for an honest, fun, and kind woman to spend time with. Let's go out to dinner, watch the sunset, and have a real conversation about where we are and what we're hoping for out of life. I'm drama-free and would like to form a friendship first and hope it turns into something more. Nice. 65. Is there anyone a little younger? Sometimes there are. Sometimes you see like 20 and 30-year-olds in here. Looks like the youngest one in this week's edition is 37. Nope, sorry, 36. I like to travel, laugh, have fun, be outside, swim, watch movies, and enjoy relaxing evenings at home. I like to go to new places and try new things. I'm smart, kind, goal-oriented, and have a full and happy life that I'd like to share with someone. That's nice. Okay, so that is part of the personal section, and then we also have the I Spy section, which is basically like if you see somebody out and about in the world, well, particularly in the state of Vermont, you like write an I Spy about them, and like in hopes of trying to reconnect. They're usually cute, but sometimes creepy. And I'll leave it at that. Let's see if there's any good ones. Okay. And like you say, the location as well. So this one is Nature Blonde, employee at Lowe's. You're a mature blonde, wear blue Lowe's vest, usually have your hair in a ponytail. Have seen you multiple times during my visits to Lowe's. I get the impression you'd be interested in meeting. Let me know. You know, see, like that feels creepy. We started out with a creepy one, I feel like. That just sounds like somebody that is like watching this random woman, and I get the sense she like doesn't know he exists. I don't know. Maybe it's harmless, but like I feel like parts of this can be a little bit off-putting. Like it totally depends. Okay, this one says people everywhere. Please give ear to my words. If you love someone deeply, don't let petty or juvenile things come between you both. Be gentle, kind, and brave. Listen well. Be supportive and nurturing. Be strong and vulnerable. And fight for one another. True love is too rare and valuable to treat as though it's disposable. Broken hearts are not easily mended. Alright, so that's just purely advice, okay? This one is very specific. Adam, my one true love. Oh God. Once upon a time, you were charming. You had a smile so fantastic it could have ended wars. I loved how you moved and... Okay, I'm just gonna stop that sentence there. Life has destroyed me, but I'll hold love in my heart for you until there are no more days. Your son told me he wanted me to be his mom. Nothing would have made me happier. That feels like a lot to put in a free public paper, you know what I mean? Like, maybe Adam could have received a text. What if Adam doesn't even see this. I don't know. That's a lot. That's deep. Oh my god. And then the next one is about Adam. Do we think it's the same Adam, or is it a coincidence? Adam is a common name, but okay. So this one is, the title is called Barefoot Adam. Remember when we held hands at the coffee shop and you spoke about the love you had for me? I was so happy yet confused, my brain had shut off. I drove to you in a great time of need and you yelled at me. What gives? Do you ever check your Adam at Gmail? Please say to me as you wish. What? I think there's a lot to be said for sending a private text in certain cases. Like, you clearly had a relationship with this person. So why is this your method of communication? Weird. Like, no offense, but it's kind of weird. Okay. Hometown hottie at the co-op. To the hottie in the buffalo plaid jacket and wide-brimmed hat, thank you for flashing a glimpse of your winning smile. The co-op didn't have what I needed, but seeing you made my day. Okay, this was at the Dollar Tree, this next one. You were in line, I was after you. Wow, you were gorgeous. You kept turning around. I was getting to wonder she might be interested. Wow, she has it all. 5'6", dark hair and curvy. Sure would like to get to know you better. Okay, alright. New Year's Eve, after midnight, we were talking about our 13-year-old daughters when I was rudely interrupted by my friend. I would like to talk more. Okay. North End Yoga Flame. We ended up next to each other on that Friday night. A chance encounter I've dreamt of ever since. Your smile lit up the room. Your red sweater said the rest. We may not have spoken, but your glances said it all. I wish I'd said hello. Tell me I'm not dreaming, and we'll shavasana together again, for real this time. I think a lot of these people would benefit from journals, like journaling, like daily journaling, like poetry, maybe. I mean, I do hope that these people get what they're looking for. Like, it would be nice if you could say, like, oh yeah, I reconnected with so-and-so through the I Spy section of the 7 days. But I have a feeling that that probably doesn't happen very often. Hot Rod Price Dropper. In the frozen food section, I glanced over to see you, a beauty holding chicken nuggets. You were handsome and tall with glasses, wearing a Baby Yoda t-shirt. In the parking lot, I saw you driving away in your Subaru. We waved before you left. Want to share those nuggets over an episode of The Mandalorian? Okay. Wow. Looking good in green. A couple bunches of green kale and looking stunning in sage green tights. Okay, turns out green's my favorite color, so I did not one but 2 double takes and wished I needed more than just kill myself. Any chance green's your favorite color too? If so, it's a sign we should get green tea together. Alright, let's do one more of these. Oh my god. This one is called I Spy My Woodland Elf. I can't wait to figure out what that's about. The universe has a beautiful way of operating. To the top of Katadine. Secret swimming spots, traveling in a van to explore the world. Summer fun with little ones. Camping under the stars, looking into each other's soul, getting lost for hours in one another. We are here. Together unconditionally, unwavering. I will spy you through this life into others. Wow, okay. Okay. I don't really know what to say about that. There's so many noises happening in my house right now, and I'm about to lose it. Okay. There's another section. It's called Ask the Reverend. A Reverend Counsel on Life's Conundrums. These usually get pretty spicy, but I think this week's is tame. so we're gonna read it. The question says, Dear Reverend, I had a misunderstanding with my fiance, but we didn't break up. After a few days, I found out she was already cheating on me with another man. She didn't show any sign of remorse for her actions. She told me that she didn't love me anymore and started dating this new guy. Exactly 1 month later, she started calling to apologize. She said she would never do it again and was willing to do anything to get back together. I still love her and haven't been with another girl since I met her 9 years ago. My heart still wants her back, but I feel so betrayed. I'm confused and I don't know what to do. Signed, Burned Bachelor. That's tough. That's tough. Let's see what the Rev has to say. Dear Burned Bachelor, I'm curious about the original misunderstanding with your fiancé. Is there any chance she could have thought the two of you actually had broken up? Just playing devil's advocate, but maybe she believed she was, however quickly, just moving on with her life. It's also unclear whether she started seeing the other guy a few days after the misunderstanding or had been messing around with him prior. That makes a big difference. So true. Whatever the case may be, the result is the same. You feel hurt and betrayed, and that stinks. People often say, once a cheater, always a cheater, but I know for a fact that that's not true. You've known this woman for nearly a decade, and you are at an age where you've likely been around the block a couple of times. If you truly believe she's being honest with you now and your heart is telling you to give it another shot, I'd say you should listen to it. If you loved each other enough to get engaged, hopefully you can work through this, but it may be tough on your own. Seeking out some couples counseling may be a good idea. If you already chose a wedding date, you may want to bump it out a bit to be sure that you're on solid ground before you tie the knot. Good luck and God bless, the Reverend. Yeah, that's tough. And then the last page here is love letters, snail mail for singles. And I'll read just a few of those because my throat is getting pretty sore and I need to grab some water, and we're at the end of this paper anyway, but let's close it out with some snail mail, shall we? Kind, loving, and sincere 72-year-old woman looking for a male companion/friend to spend time with and get to know. I'm a good-looking senior Vermonter, BA at St. Michael's College, had a 750 Honda for 10 years to explore Arizona and Vermont, live with my cat, regular gardening, indoor and out, seeking a companion who is caring and honest. I'm a man, 34, seeking a woman, 20s to 30s. Make something out of me. I am full of potential. I work and was born in Vermont, looking for a partner in life. I am a 25-year-old female looking for a sugar daddy male, 50 to 70. Not for a sexual relationship, more of a companionship. Okay, wow. I'm a 72-year-old male who would love to experience a mature woman in her 70s or 80s. There's truly something for everybody in this paper. I'll say that. Did you hear that? What is that about? My throat is like, please give me water. I'm a 35-year-old male, thirsty for love. I am looking for a good-hearted woman who will accept that I am her Adam. I don't know what that means. I promise to give you my best and you will not be disappointed. I'm a 79-year-old woman seeking a man who is in his 70s, want friendship and companionship, also like fishing as well, and crafts such as knitting, crocheting, and sewing. I'm a single female, 47, 5'6", red hair, blue eyes, 206 pounds, looking for the one who will marry me and is very well off, financially wealthy to fulfill my dreams. At least she's honest. She's like, give me all your money, please. Okay. For 25-year-old male, wannabe geek. I am your huckleberry. Intense discussions and companionship are my game. Say when. My fave character. Demore, not exactly. Yes, down to earth. You said intense. I'm your girl. Alright. I'm a male, early 60s, seeking a female, 21 to 50. Married in a non-sexual relationship. And you know, I'm actually gonna stop reading it there because you know why. I am a male, seeking a female. I'm a 68-year-old man seeking a woman for friendship and companionship, age appropriate. Okay. I'm a female in my 60s seeking a male, 57 to 73. I'm a very outgoing lady. I like to be treated like a queen. I want a man who likes to get out and about and do things together, honest, kind, and adventurous. Okay, fair. And that, my friends, is that. I hope you enjoyed flipping through. I'm going to say this week, but it's really last week. Thank you for joining me for last week's copy of the 7 days. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And let me know if you like this style of video, if it's just this sort of like casual conversation where I am looking at you and we are sort of hanging out together, or if you prefer to just simply